A very good morning and welcome to Brankley Pastures, which is near the village in that direction over there of Barton under Needwood in Staffordshire, over there Yoxall in Staffordshire, and up here somewhere called Scotch Hills, where if you're a cyclist you will have enjoyed those, maybe. Anyway, let me just show you the entrance to this place and tell you a little bit about it before we activate it. And also remember, it is POTA, if you go on the POTA.app website, GB-4437, that's GB-4437. Okay, here's the entrance to the reserve, only me part there. So it's run by Staffordshire Wildlife Trust, and here is the sign that's the entrance. It's Brankley Pastures sits in the Needwood Forest, formerly a large area of open woodland with a large quantity of veteran trees managed by grazing animals. So there you go, and that's the entrance to the POTA. Now I'd normally go down there and set up, never been here before, and like usual I'm on relatively limited time, but looking over here it looks like perfect chuck-along wire up on this woodland. But what I'm going to do today is operate from the car, but also to do justice to this place, I'll go for a little bit of a walk around as well. Anyway, making excuses to myself. Yeah, making excuses to myself. Monday is my rest day from my cycling, long walks, running, training and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so we're going to set up on the car. So let's see how we get on. What's that red thing just behind me? Let's take a look and I'll tell you a little bit about a quick experiment. This is the fire stick on the triple mag mount. Probably seen did a video short on it. I think I might have just put it on TikTok, but anyway, it's 7 foot tall. I'm 6'6", so towers above me, 6 inches taller than me. Or if you're a woman listening to this, you just know that men always lie about 6 inches. But anyway, so that's it. That's it with the counterpoise. Did it work on 10 meters? No, it blinking didn't, because 10 meters is dead. I've put some footage in, I'll quickly show you. I've tried to even do it on FT8. Here's me putting out a call on 10 meters. You'll see in a second on the waterfall, fish finder, whatever you want to call it, when the transmission comes off, just how dead the bands are. Now, I'm operating here on FT8. What you will see is me choosing some options. Always remember now how better the bands are when you're on FT8, preamp off, and also medium or slow for AGC. Something that took me a while to pick up on, but it's essential doing. Anyway, that's the bands. Paul. Nothing else would work. Nothing to do with the antenna. Nothing to do with the location. Probably we could do with doing a lot higher. But air ambulance in the background. But what's it really about? It's about the flipping bands. Could probably do with being up at Morridge above Leek, which is about 1,200 foot above sea level, and on a good day, with good 10 meter propagation and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's it. I'm just going to walk through the gate now, just to show you more of this little lovely park. Findings so far from the car. Tried first of all using the fire stick, 10 meters. Nothing going on 10 meters, this is voice. So that was just a try. Not particularly high up here, probably about 85 meters above sea level, so not ideal, and band conditions aren't brilliant. In fact, let's make an excuse. Band conditions today are dire, let's just say that. So where did I start? 40 meters. So 40 meters, put out some CQs, nothing. Couldn't get any spotting done because there's no blooming phone signal here. Should have done that before home and said active in 15 minutes. Remember that one for the future, David. 40 meters. Heard an MI-7 from Northern Ireland calling, thank you very much, Sammy, and I called him back and we had a bit of a chat. Interestingly, I was giving him a 5 and 5 and he was giving me a 5 and 3. He's using 25 watts and I was using 75 peak. And there you go. So at the time I was using, and it's still there now, if you can even make it out, just up there, there's an M1 ECC coil. So that flapping about, that's the keep it all together piece of Velcro. M1 ECC coil with the military whip sitting on the roof of this car that's not supposed to have a ground plane in. It does. And then anyway, so got that tuned in, and 40 meters, a few more CQs on SSB, just wasn't working. Should I try FT8? Anyway, 14 megs, went on to 40 megs, 20 meters. I thought, well, look, I've only got a limited time. I've been faffing about long enough. I should have put a long wire up and just ATU'd it. would have been miles easier, right? Would have been miles easier. I know I said at the start of that, some nice trees down here. Looked around where the car's parked up. You can probably see the silhouette of them in the back here. There are some decent trees. I could have got high enough and I could have got the long wire working, but never mind, I didn't. So I'm using this. I want to get 10 QSOs or slightly more than that, just in case the software at the other end on the POTA app goes, oh no, David, we don't like that one, which sometimes happens. Don't know why. Sometimes it's a duplicate, sometimes I have not got a clue. But anyway, let's go by the rules. So we do that. And so a bit of a buffer, let's call it 12 to 14, and off we go. So at the moment, he says, quickly looking down, I'm on 5 logbook entries. In fact, by the time I did a screenshot, look at this, I did even better. Nothing amazing, all around Europe. I've seen lots of stuff. We've got to create content on this YouTube stuff. Mine, I think, hopefully is more about lifestyle. I do some thoughts on different antennas and stuff like that. But look, we live and die by comparison, make ourselves unhappy by comparison. We can suffer from analysis paralysis and all, will this antenna work better than it? Look, on a POTA, just use something you like, you trust, and you can get up without too much trouble, and you know it's reliable, right? So tomorrow I'm going out, to be fair, and I'm picking up a DX Commander from DX Commander HQ. I think that will suit me better. These base mounted coils, I don't really like them. I say that you can see from the stats here, it's performing pretty well in FT8. I'm getting good reports back. But for me, there's loads and loads of faffing. I just want something that's pre-tuned, I can stick in, I know which bands it can go on, and I can tweak some with an ATU. That's all I want to do, right? So that's what I will do, or use a long wire. One or the other. Vertical, so no noise, long wire, or I quite fancy like using a long wire that day and just the ATU. But don't get carried away. Yeah, you can tie things up with the PSK report and try and get as accurate as possible, or reverse beacon and go, oh, this one's slightly better than that. At the end of the day, it's about going out, enjoying the nature, enjoying this park, experiencing it, you know, getting your contacts in and creating something for hunters and creating something for yourself, but a purpose in life, and that's about it. Anyway, that's me rabbiting on so far. Update in a little while. Whatever we tell ourselves about, oh, I just want 10 in the log from anywhere, that would be fantastic. Even better if they're from hunters or park to parks. But look at this, when you get contacted from North America or anywhere where we could call DX. Always exciting. If you want to see the business end, well, business ends the radio as well, isn't it? But that's the M1 ECC whip in action on the car, and that's the tunable counterpoise. It's there, which helps with this aluminium cross steel vehicle. So there you go, in the park so far, and I've just stepped out to yes, have a bladder break. Now, if you've been watching Clarkson's Farm, you'll see that sites like this, when he was doing his pub, and sometimes mentioning myself, I've done a few activations where I've thought, is this really a park or a dogging site? But anyway, just have a look at this. Dogging, litter. Bloody litter. So people come and park up in these places. This is one of my rants, right? And what they do, there's a bit down here as well, like a Starbucks. So they park up, and there's all sorts of stuff around here you don't really want to see, but you can see it's at the side of the path. And just another thought about POTA and who helps you out. Just, you know, this antenna comparison and this sort of stuff. It's not really going for DX. Are we really? You know, I did a POTA and I worked Australia 10 times. Don't really do it for that reason. What we do is, I got South Cook Island. Yeah, I got South Cook Island. And I'm pretty sure I got South Cook Island myself recently. Or was it a pirate?
Wow, matey.
Anyway, so let's say you go out and you do your POTA. There are a few countries that are going to save you. Number 1, Italy will always save you. Number 2, Russia will save you. Spain will save you. And most certainly Poland will save you. And some of the Baltic countries and Nordic countries as well. But you always know, no matter how bad the conditions, those countries will be there. And even if SSB is quiet, and even if CW is quiet, if you get onto FT8 and FT4 on 20 meters works really well, you'll have a jolly good time being contacted by these people that makes the thing come alive. So far we're on 9 contacts that have gone through the full cycle. So it's an interesting one as well. People go, oh, why don't you just do CW, Dave? CW nowadays frustrates me somewhat. So I got back up to speed on my, literally, on my CW. Do sort of enjoy it. I like it if it's like a fast turnover, but you know, sometimes you're doing a POTA and some people, not being funny, they want a full slow motion CW conversation. Look, I don't need to know what the weather is like. I've got weather apps, right? Yeah, I know it's sort of interesting, but I've got weather apps. I just want to know a true signal report, that you've got my POTA number, and I thank you for making contact. Really appreciate that. We'll move on. And you know what? You go, well, if I go into FT8 or FT4, it's a sort of, that script is sort of like written out without the weather and all that sort of stuff. But I get pretty accurate, well, yeah, pretty accurate signal reports.
And here is a snapshot of the screen from earlier when I got just 7 confirmed QSOs. But if you look on the right hand side, you can see the sent and received. So the software is dealing on that, both ends. And that is better than somebody just going, oh, you're 5 and 9 or 5NN. That's giving me accurate signal reports.
The software does it, so I can really see how I'm performing, who's coming through well where, and you know, all that sort of stuff, and make tweaks or whatever. So yeah, it's good like that. And like I say, no matter how bad the bands are, there's people on FT8 and FT4, FT8 primarily, who will give you a bit of a smile on your face. There you go. This is more about where we come out, isn't it? Cattle grazing, keep dogs on leads. Been a few dog walkers about. One bloke come in, took a look at me, and drove off again very quickly. Probably thought, nutty amateur radio guy there, he might get me in a conversation and try and swap some form of cards with a picture of his village on. But anyway, that's it. Right, that's the park goes off in that direction. I'm not going to go down there because I've told my wife I'll be back by 1 and I'm late already. But lovely little spot this. Remember GB-4437, and it's called Brankley Pastures, as you've already seen already. So right, I'm going to strip everything down now, get in the boot of the car, and then what we'll do then is head home. So thanks ever so much for watching this. Just me creating a bit of content. So it's not really comparison, nothing like that, but it's just going out and doing these different places. So if you're in the area, a radio amateur in the Midlands, or you're travelling over this way, you know, come from, you've got a dog as well, and you come from someone activate and walk your dog and stuff like that, this is the place. And you can see these aren't the world's tallest trees behind me, but I think I would have had a far better time today, as in number of contacts, if I'd have used these. Oh, one thing, you're going to thinking, how many people did you contact, Dave? So 20. So one SSB with the chap in Northern Ireland and the rest over Europe. One American contact, you probably saw that, but it didn't follow through, so it's not in the log, never mind. But, you know, at least I was heard. And at least I've got out, and now I'm going back for my chores. Have an amazing day. Catch you later, 73s.